Hey, hello everybody. I hope everybody's staying safe and far away from the coronavirus. I hope. Anyway, a friend of mine asked me, how do you cut a lobster like they do in the restaurants? So I decided to make a video. Now look, this is a Floridian lobster. They're different than the New Zealand or South African lobster. One of them's cold water and one of them's warm water. This is a warm water lobster. All right, you can tell by the shell. You know, Florida lobster or Caribbean lobster has the little dots all over the shell. It's a light brown instead of a dark brown. Now they all turn red once you cook them, but the flavor is a little bit different. You know, I remember we used to go to Key West and we used to catch these babies all day long. And now they're so expensive it's not even funny. But, you know, they don't have claws. They're not like a Maine lobster. You know, Maine lobster has claws. And boy, it'll put a hurting on you. But these lobsters here don't have claws. They're actually crayfish. They're in the crayfish family. They're just big crayfish that live in salt water. Okay, anyway, when you know, I've talked to people that they've just chopped them in half, open them up and put them in the oven. Now that's one way to do it. You could boil it, which I don't recommend that, but you could if you had to. But I'm going to show you how to do it like they do in a restaurant. Okay, so you take the tail, this part, the tail, and take a sharp knife, all right, and stick it into the last segment of the, there we go, into the last segment that has meat in it. All right, now it's in there. The knife is in there. Now, what you want to do is you kind of want to hook it like I just did, all right? Okay, then bring it down to the middle. Keep it in the middle. The little dots will help you do that. Okay? And then just slam it. Ah! Man, this is one tough lobster. He doesn't want to give up. Alright, there you go. Now you don't want to slam it so hard that you go all the way through. You do not want to go all the way through. Okay? Now look, if you have a pair of those kitchen shears, what you can do is you can cut the shell all the way down, then open it, and then cut the meat. Okay, now we've got it. I didn't go all the way through to the bottom. The bottom of the shell is still good. So now what you do is you open it up and grab the meat. Grab the meat here, pull it out, put the shell back together, and just lay the meat on top of the shell. There you go. That's beautiful. Alright, now we're going to put some butter. No, you don't have to use butter if you don't want to. But, man, when I'm dealing with lobster, it's got to be butter. I remember one time I went out to eat, and I went to a Krabby Bill's, and I ordered lobster, and it wasn't cheap, you know. I mean, it was expensive. And they served it with this oil. It wasn't butter. It was some kind of oil. And it was horrible. I mean, it was terrible. But, you know, I'm the kind of guy who, I don't complain in a restaurant. I just never go back. You know, that hurts them more than if you bitch and moan. Because if you're a complainer in a restaurant, that means that you want them to improve so that when you come back, things are, you know, better. But the guys that hurt you the most are the folks that don't complain. They, like I say, they just never come back. And I've never been there since. And that was, who knows, that was maybe 5 chefs ago, you know. I mean, it was at least 20 years ago. And I still won't go back, you know. There's no way. Okay, now I got the butter on. I'm going to use the regular paprika. I'm not going to use the smoked paprika. You could if you want. You know, it's up to you. But I personally, I just like the lobster taste. Okay, I'm not using any lemon. I'm going to use a little bit of salt. And that's it. No garlic, no nothing. There's a little salt. Okay. No pepper, no garlic, nothing. All right, but now this is my taste. You know what I mean? If you have if you like garlic and lobster, go ahead, knock yourself out. The oven is preheated right now at 425. It's a very hot oven. Okay, now I don't know how long you cook it. This was an 8-ounce lobster, so I'm not exactly sure how long you cook it. I always, in the restaurant, you throw them in the oven, you look at it, and when they're done, they're done. But I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll time this one. So when I come back, I'll be able to give you a time as how long it takes. All right, see you later. It's going in the oven. I put some water in the pan, as you can see. All right, I'll be back later. Okay, boys and girls, here we are. There is this is a Caribbean lobster tail, warm water lobster. And it is done. It took exactly 29 minutes. So you figure an 8-ounce tail is going to take you, there it is, going to take you 30 minutes for an 8-ounce tail. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to add a little lemon now. Alright. And that's it, man. Drawn butter and woohoo! I'll tell you the truth, I don't really like drawn butter. I prefer just melted butter, whole butter. What drawn butter is they take out the milk fat. It takes out the, in other words, you're left with oil only with drawn butter. I like whole butter, just melted. Anyway, I don't know if I told you guys that I had a dove that nested in my greenhouse, and it laid 2 eggs, and it sat on the eggs long enough. They hatched, and they were growing, and I went out there one day and they were gone. The mom and the babies were gone. Now I don't know if they were ready to fly. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Although I did see a falcon flying around up in the air that same day. So I don't know. Maybe they bit the dust. I don't know. Maybe they flew away. I don't know. But anyway, at the end of this video, I'll add a couple little clips that I had of the doves. Okay, that's it. And I gotta go. I gotta eat. Well, you better not lay any eggs in here, because that water is about to come on and you're going to get wet, and your eggs are going to get wet. So don't do that. Can't you find a better place? Hey, little dove, can't you find a better place? Huh? Come on, little dove. Look at it. It's not even moving. Hey, little dove. Hey, little dove. Little dovey dove. Get the hell out of here. Come on. That's crazy, man. It's living in a cactus pot. This is what they call a Christmas cactus. It grows flowers that bloom at night. Come on, dovey dove, get the hell out from here. Whoop, there she goes. Bye-bye. Here's my watermelon. I'm going to try growing watermelon in a pot. I think the pot is big enough. I'm going to try to grow it on this table so that it never hits the ground. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, see ya. Well, the little dove could not find a better place, and she laid 2 eggs. And man, I wish she wouldn't have done that, but it's kind of too late. So anyway, I waited and waited for the eggs to hatch, and they finally did. It's coming. There was 2 little babies. One day I actually dropped the pot onto the floor. You see that orange hose behind the pot? Well, I was goofing around with the orange hose over by the door of the greenhouse, and I pulled it, and it knocked the pot off of the shelf, and the babies fell out. So I put them back in, and they were okay. They didn't care too much. Alright, well, there they are. And, you know, about a week later, we have babies. Remember the dove that was in this pot? Well, that's what she's doing in the pot. She's got eggs. A couple of little eggs right there. She better hurry up and get back too, because they got wet. Hey, little bird. Hey, little bird. Hey, little bird. Cornmeal, some breadcrumbs, and some oats. Come on, you don't want them? You don't want to eat them? Sorry, little bird. Here. Well, anyway, there's the twins. Hi, little bird. Don't be scared, little bird. Don't be scared. It's just me. You still got your babies? Hey, little bird. You pecker. You peck at me. Hello, little birdie. Look, I can touch her. She lets me touch her. Wow. Wow, that's a wild bird. Hello, little birdie. Oh, okay. Okay, don't be so mad. Don't be so mad, little birdie. Come on. You little pecker. Come on, little peckerhead, get out of here. Come on. Come on. Let me see your babies. Come on. All right, you be a pecker. Dirty rat. There you go. I finally got this little peckerhead to leave. There's her babies. Man, they look ugly. You got ugly babies, mama. Hello, little baby. Hello, little baby bird. Don't be afraid, I'm not going to hurt you, little baby bird. I gave him some seeds. Right there, some millet. I don't know if she's going to eat it or not, I don't know. Hello, little baby birds. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I don't know if they can eat seeds. Probably not. Not yet. Alright, go ahead. He's a peckerhead just like her mother. Alright, see you later. Little baby peckerhead. Hello, peckerhead. They're gone. Little birds are gone. I think they were eaten. Yep. I think they were eaten by a hawk or a falcon. I saw one up in that tree. I saw a falcon in that tree earlier today. He's gone now. My little birds are gone. See ya, little birds. There's my tomatoes. These are jalapenos. These are red peppers. And there's my watermelon in a pot.